In 1961, in Eagle River, Wisconsin, a strange craft came down and landed on the front yard of Joe Simonton's house. And what would transpire would be one of the weirdest cases in UFO history. What were those aliens? Were they actually aliens? Or were they just people? And what were those flapjacks made of? If you want to know more of it, stay tuned on this episode and join us today as we talk about the Joe Simonton UFO Encounter.
Welcome back to
Unknown,
Unsolved,
and Unseen.
Triple U.
Woo.
Woohoo! Welcome back to episode 61. I'm your out of this world host, Frank.
You always throw me on the spot with this. I don't have anything to say.
I've done it now for 5 weeks.
I didn't realize we were going to keep going.
I didn't stop last week.
I'm within this world. I'm your within this world host, Sage.
All right. Hollow Earth Sage.
Sure.
And then we are joined again by our wonderful third co-host. This is her fourth time around here, Kelsey.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back, Kelsey. It's great to have you here.
Thanks for having me back. I'm excited, especially to learn about pancakes and aliens.
This is going to be one of the stupid, I'm thinking of everything that I'm going to be saying. I put a bunch of jokes in here. Hopefully these are all okay jokes. Nothing bad, but this is an interesting case. Real quick, before I get into all the fun stuff here, the only thing I have is check out our friends over at the podcast ad that is about to play after this.
Some stories stay with you. The ones that make you glance over your shoulder, check the doors locked a second time, or laugh a little too loudly in the dark. That's the world of Kill Me Maybe. Every month, hosts Mac and Des unravel true crime, strange mysteries, and eerie tales that linger long after the episode ends. They're the ghouls next door, not detectives, but sharp enough to ask the questions and cheeky enough to keep it fun. Spooky season never ends here. Subscribe to Kill Me Maybe wherever you get your podcasts. Mac and Des are waiting, and you don't want to keep them waiting.
Thanks for listening to that, guys. Go check them out. Now back to the fun stuff. Today we're going to be going to Eagle River, Wisconsin to look into a peculiar UFO case. This is known as the Joe Simonton UFO Encounter or the Eagle River UFO Incident. Do either of you two know anything about this encounter?
Not at all.
No idea.
Nothing?
Nothing at all.
Where does that take place?
Eagle River, Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah, no.
It is known for some fun things about it.
That's exciting.
I mean, how many times do you have an alien encounter that includes pancakes?
I don't think I've ever heard of an alien encounter that includes pancakes until now.
And we should have made pancakes today for this. Maybe next weekend we'll make some pancakes to commemorate this. But all right, so you guys are not going to forget this case after you hear about it. You will not forget this one. Both of you
follow us.
I don't think it's going to follow us, but you're going to just think of how absurd this is. It's just wild.
It sounds like it's right up your alley.
This one is. So if you both are ready, then let's get right into this. Today's case takes place in Eagle River, Wisconsin. This is a small city in northern Wisconsin, the cheese state. We got the cheese here.
Wow.
Cheese and pancakes.
That sounds gross. Together.
It's a very interesting combination.
But you don't put cheese on your pancakes?
Sometimes I do. Depends on my mood and what hour of the day it is.
I don't.
I never have myself, but I'm a chocolate chip pancake defender, and that's the hill I die on.
Good hill.
That is a good hill. You
So
can never go wrong with chocolate chip.
true. The event that we're talking about today was in 1961. The population of Eagle River in 1960 was 1,367 individuals, and as of 2020, it is 1,628. Not much growth since then. And it is a popular vacation spot because of its many lakes. Who goes here for vacations, though? Good question. What if aliens came here for vacation? Just a thought.
I mean, it sounds like you're going to tell us a tale about when aliens did come for vacation.
I don't know if they came for vacation.
It's nice to know that aliens might also take vacations every once in a while.
I think, I have a really good theory on why they came eventually. That sounds so wrong now that I said that. My God. But let's get into the incident. But first, I do want to go over one thing. A while back, I talked about the close encounter scale. I think this was on the Kecksburg episode. Well, this one actually falls in line with a close encounter of the third kind, which I don't believe we've covered yet. So this will be a close encounter of the third kind for our first time. You guys ready for this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Let's go back to the morning of April 18th, 1961. A normal Tuesday, or as they say over the pond, a Tuesday, with...
We're in Wisconsin. Why are we talking like English?
I just like saying Tuesday when I say Tuesday.
Okay.
What the... Oh, okay. I see. I actually miswrote a word here and it corrected it. So a normal Tuesday with only the usual Tuesday happenings going on. However, for some reason, my document says with only the Seal Tuesday happenings going on. Don't know how I did that.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
Very nice.
So we have 54-year-old Joe Simonton. Not sure the age because I have sources all the way from 54 to 60. But he is a plumber, an auctioneer, occasional Santa for the local Chamber of Commerce, and a chicken farmer. And he was sitting in his house in the rural areas of Eagle River. He was enjoying a late breakfast. Little did he know, he was going to get a whole second breakfast that fateful morning. You're probably wondering where I'm going with this. And so was I when I was writing this. My mind is an enigma, and I do not understand.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I wrote some interesting stuff here because I tried to write my stupid ad-lib jokes actually in it for once. So,
I do that when I write some of my, I sometimes do that when I write my episode.
it feels weird reading them because it's like I can't believe I wrote them out. But let's go back to our wonderful sometimes Santa, Joe Simonton. And, I think he's an okay Santa. He only does it at the Chamber of Commerce there. So he's not one of those Santas that flies over restricted airspaces and I think needs shot down. I haven't talked about shooting down.
That's a throwback.
Yeah, to 3 episodes in a row where I talked about shooting down Santa. Kelsey,
What did Santa do?
Okay, I don't know if you heard this or this might be from quite a while ago. I just remember this because it was earlier episodes. All the way back, we brought up NORAD, which is like the air defense for like Canada and America. So they track.
It's North American air defense.
Yeah, something like that. But it's NORAD, which I forget what it all stands for. But
NOR.
Oh yeah, that's okay. I thought it was like an N word and then an O word. Oh, okay.
I do not think that is the N word. Oh my god.
I'm turning into Kelsey's favorite character from last time she was here, Zach Bigot.
Oh, good old Zach Biggins.
I just remember, I don't know why I just called back to the Eamon's Haunting where you're like, Zach Bigot, you just said. I'm like, oh my lord. Sage, what'd you find?
It stands for the North American Aerospace Defense Command. So the N, Oh, R like is for north, but then there's a double A. And then
is there actually double A in spelling it or no?
No.
What the hell? Yeah, that's what has always confused me about NORAD. But what I was going to say about why I bring up Shooting Down Santa is every year they do a Santa tracker to track where he is in the world, and he flies over restricted airspace, and the group that's responsible for shooting down stuff over those airspaces, is too much of cowards to take action against Santa Claus. They need to get the balls to do something.
Or Santa should just take a separate route.
Or he should just be like our boy Joe Simonton here and be a Santa in Eagle River for the Chamber of Commerce. I believe that's where he's Santa.
Honestly, that's the perfect idea.
I didn't write down exactly where he was Santa, but some places just wanted to point out that was one of the many things he did. We have our character here, so our wonderful, sometimes Santa, Joe Simonton, was minding his own business when he heard a mysterious sound outside of his house. He described it as a knobby tires on wet pavement sound. I don't know what the hell that sounds like.
Knobby?
Knobby tires on wet pavement. That's apparently a quote from him.
It's giving...
Okay.
It's giving knobby tire on wet pavement vibes? I know.
No, the only thing that's coming to mind for me is a square tire. And how,
I watched a video about a square tire today.
Like, I don't know.
Weird coincidence.
Square tired motherfuckers out here getting slandered left and right.
They be out there. They be doing their thing.
They be doing their thing wrong.
Yeah. Pretty bad.
Let's go back to our boy here. He went out to his front porch and saw something out of this world. He witnessed a craft described as two wash bowls facing each other descend from the sky. He estimated it was 30 feet in diameter and 12 feet tall. It was silver like chrome and had metal pipes around the center on the edge. So like if you put two bowls together, like where they'd meet, there were like metal pipes sticking out around them. They were about 6 to 7 inches in diameter, and it landed in his front yard. Now, he would later think back to it and realize that it actually was never on the ground, but actually levitating instead. So there would be no evidence on the ground of the craft being there. This is an explanation could also explain so many other close encounters and why there's no evidence on the ground afterwards.
Oh, okay.
So it comes down and it lands. A hatch opens on the side and Simonton got a view of the occupants of the craft. What do you think the occupants of this craft look like?
Little gray aliens.
Kelsey, what do you think?
I'm thinking either a jug of maple syrup or pancakes.
Yeah, they're a bit far. So Simonton described them as dark-skinned, 5 feet tall, around 125 pounds, clean-shaven, wearing dark blue or black knit uniforms with turtlenecks, and a helmet-like cap, which was also made of the same knit material. And before I get to the last part, what nationality would you describe these individuals?
I'm not answering that.
Kelsey?
He said dark-skinned. I think that describes itself.
I don't think it's like as dark-skinned as you're thinking. I'm pretty sure it's like more like tan, like Caucasian skin, but Joe Simonton described them as I can't say this with a straight face. He described them as Italian looking.
This man has some interesting descriptions altogether. The fact that he noted that they were clean shaven.
Yes.
It's giving me a vibe.
That is really interesting.
But they are, he described them as Italian looking. Dare I say, Italian. Am I right?
Oh my god, go fuck yourself.
That's good. That's a good one.
Is Italian an okay word to say? Because for like the next page, I refer to them as the Italians.
I would say so.
So, I've seen two different tellings of the next part. Either these Italians came out of the craft or Joe Simonton walked up to them. I think he walked up to them to the open hatch, or maybe one of them stepped out briefly, but nonetheless, Joe Simonton was walking up next to one of the Italians. Should I keep calling them the Italians?
I don't know.
Is that racist?
I like it.
I
No.
don't think it's racist.
Do you think they want the spicy meatballs? Or is that racist?
That I think might be. Well, you're Italian, so I feel you have a little bit of Italian in you.
Yeah.
I feel like that doesn't count.
But so
Who doesn't want a spicy meatball?
fair enough. So yeah,
Me.
Joe Simonton approaches them, and there's three Italians here. Okay, I'm just going to think their names because they're Italian. They should be Mario, Luigi, and Wario, most likely.
Seriously?
Name three more famous Italians.
Any of the guys on Jersey Shore?
For sure,
What about
Mario is
them?
more famous.
Miss
Oh.
Rookie?
Oh man.
So one of the occupants had a jug with two handles on it. It appeared to be made out of the same material as the ship. The Italian motioned drinking from the jug and gave the jug to Joe Simonton, who took it inside and filled it with water. The jug seemed heavier than aluminum, but not lighter than steel. Sorry. Sorry. I read that wrong. It seemed heavier than aluminum, but also lighter than steel. It was like a silvery, like chrome color, so like a metal. And he said it was a beautiful jug. Only the best jugs here. All the ladies and men say that I have the best jugs around. Only the best jugs.
Oh my god.
But he
On the
did.
best jugs?
Joe Simonton had a beautiful jug there that day. He did describe this jug as beautiful. And I just had to make some joke about the most beautiful jugs. The Italians have the best jugs in the world. Only the most beautiful. You heard it from Joe Simonton, not me.
Okay. Thanks, Joe Simonton.
He's our boy.
I appreciate the input.
So he came back. He walked inside and filled up the jug. And he came back and gave it to them, to the occupant. The Italian looked appreciative. And also at this point, I didn't think I mentioned this, not a word had been said by either side. He had to stretch up and lean on one hand against the craft to hand him the jug of water. And there was no issue from touching the craft, no burns, no radiation or anything. So he gave the Italian his jug of water back. So already, I'd say, would you count this as like a weirder UFO case?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, it's pretty strange.
Definitely different than other ones.
Yeah, not many times you have Italians and giving them jugs of water. But wait, it doesn't end there. Our man Simonton, with his keen eyes, looked into the craft. He saw two other Italians, one at a control panel, and the other at some station that seemed like a flameless grill. Dare I say, a griddle. The inside material was dark in contrast to the outside. The instrument panels were described by Simonton as extremely beautiful.
This dude was high. He was on
He had to
something.
move on. I want whatever he has.
Look, they only have the most beautiful jugs in the most beautiful control panels. So
Yeah, that's. He's weird.
maybe the Italian made like a Ferrari or something. Maybe this is the Ferrari of UFOs.
I mean, could be.
Might be.
But both of these occupants seemed tethered or chained to their spots, which could be to keep them steady when the craft moved. Simonton, however, looked at the flameless grill, or back to calling it a grill. They always refer to it as like this weird flameless grill, but I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's just a griddle. If we could make the griddle and the George Foreman grill, I think aliens could as well.
Really?
Just a thought.
Could they also name all of their children George Foreman?
I don't think so. Did you know George Foreman died recently?
I think I did hear
I
that
did not know
somewhere.
that.
You didn't know that, Kelsey?
No, I thought he was long dead, honestly.
George Foreman only passed away recently, and he's survived by multiple George Foremans.
Oh, wow.
Oh, his
I
kids
guess
are
George
like
Foreman never dies.
George Foreman named his kids like George, George 2, Georgette, Georgie. Like he has many kids, and a lot of them are either the name George or some version of the name George. Even the women.
Can't let the legacy die.
Gotta be all those George Foremans. Maybe Maybe these aliens perfected the George Foreman before George Foreman did.
Maybe
With their
that's where he got
flameless
his idea
grill.
from.
Could be. Now, these Italians were making some kind of food. Looked almost like pancakes, dare I say.
On the griddle.
Yes. So Simonton pointed at them, and one of the Italians brought 3 over to him. And these are like, I guess they're like greasy pancakes. They look like 3-inch diameter perforated pancakes with like a lot of like tiny like perforated holes into them. The being brought his hand up towards his head then, like a salute to Simonton. So what Simonton was, he did what any Chad would do. He saluted back to the alien.
I wish that I was this man. Because the absolute no fucks that he has for the world is just so refreshing.
He just got pancakes from an alien. I'd also have no fucks.
Live the Joe Simonton life. Have a UFO land in your yard. Have them give you a beautiful jug and you return the beautiful jug with water. Then you see this magical flameless grill for that these Italians are working right now. Italians from space. Get pancakes from them and then get saluted and you salute back.
What a respectful gentleman.
But I think it's like the occupant like touched his, like brought his hand to like his forehead. So Simonton did, I think, like your typical like military salute to him. I just like,
Oh my God.
and not a single word is ever, he doesn't say a single word during this. And none of the 3 occupants say a single word between themselves or him.
Jesus.
Just the
Crazy
best.
that there's no voices being shared.
So this is all without a single word being said. Just like, I don't know if the craft was making any sound at that point, but I think it was just like silence and them just doing all this shit.
That's exactly how I'm picturing it in my head.
All I'm getting is a tent in my head in the shape of a UFO and these Italians or whatever, however. Italians are just camping.
Now, here's, I'm going to show this to you, Sage. Kelsey, I'm going to send it to you. There is a picture, like a drawing of this encounter. So, Kelsey, I'm sending it to you right now so you can see. And Sage, this is what a drawing is of it.
Okay.
That is special.
What? Isn't there where's it at?
I don't know.
First of all, I'm getting Oscar Mayer Wienermobile.
Vibes from that.
There's
I'm
I
getting.
don't. Go ahead, Kelsey.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm getting vibes of like that candy that it's like kind of papery and filled with beads, but shaped like that UFO.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I got you. I'm getting the lemonade stands that are in the shape of a lemon.
Yes, there it is. And why is their jug of water a trophy?
So I think I forgot to mention it has handles on each end and it's like metal like their ship. But it's beautiful,
Wow.
isn't it? Does that not look like the most beautiful jug you've ever seen?
Yeah, that is the most beautiful jug I've ever seen. It kind of resembles the
And this is
Stanley
the
Cup.
this is the picture that's going to be on our Instagram when you guys see the post about the episode, so you can see the beautiful jug, the most beautiful jug we've ever seen.
So he's alone by himself.
Yes.
On his farm.
Yes, his wife is like off at work, and I think she works like, I think it's far away, like Chicago.
What year
I
was
have a
this
lot of
in again?
thoughts.
What?
What year was this again?
1961, the year of our Lord. Every year is the year of our
Okay.
Lord.
Okay.
Say-
I'm
Interesting.
gathering my thoughts.
On this whole thing.
Yeah.
So, back to the story. As Simonton backed up, the one who handed the jug clipped a chain or tether to his belt, and the hatch closed. And when the hatch closed, it looked like there's never a hatch there, which is interesting. The craft then rose 20 feet and then took off at a 45-degree angle, and it made a blast of air that disturbed the trees, and within 2 seconds, the craft was gone.
No, you gotta be fucking kidding me that these aliens came down and said, you know what, this dude looks like a dude who can give us some water, and in exchange we're gonna give him some nasty ass greasy pancakes.
We don't know they're nasty yet. He hasn't eaten them yet, but he does eat one.
Okay, well,
3 pancakes.
He eats these. He has these pancakes. We're gonna give him these pancakes, and then we're just gonna fucking get out of there
Yeah.
as soon as we make the exchange.
Yes, and we'll also look Italian while we do it.
Yeah. Do you think that they get tan because they're closer to the sun?
I
They're
don't
in
know.
I'm sorry, Kelsey, I cut you off.
Oh, you're good. I was just talking about his blue suit.
Dark blue or black?
Part of the Blooming crew.
Honestly.
How many people are in the Blue Man Group? There's more than 3.
4 or 5?
I think 5.
There's not enough then. There's only 3 guys in these dark blue, black knitted uniforms with turtlenecks.
Dang.
He can just join.
Don't forget they have turtlenecks too. That was a detail.
Maybe they're the backup singers.
What time of year was this again?
April.
So it could have been a little chilly in Wisconsin in April.
Yeah, got to be prepared.
Yeah.
Joe Simonton was just, hanging up the Santa Claus cloak for the year. Just
4 months
4
late.
months late.
It's like those people who leave their Christmas lights up for months afterward. He just keeps wearing the Santa costume for months.
I like how we're getting caught up here and doing the jokes and stuff, but don't worry, this case gets even better.
Oh shit!
Does
Okay.
it?
Oh yeah, you'll love the part coming up.
Take it away.
So first off, real quick, what would you guys do in this case if you were, we're at the point where you've already given them the water and they gave you the pancakes. What would you do now?
Definitely eat the pancakes.
Would you also eat the pancakes, Sage?
I feel like I have to.
Yeah. Also, do any of you call pancakes flapjacks?
Do I?
Yeah.
No, that's not in this area.
Some articles refer to as pancakes, some as flapjacks, and some use both terms.
What about hotcakes?
No. Oh, they do call them cakes though in some things, because I found a news clipping, Flying Saucer Crew drops in, shares cakes.
Yeah, well, McDonald's calls their pancakes hotcakes.
Yeah, some places do.
Flapjacks, I think, is more southern.
Here's one. Tells a swapping jug of water for 3 cookies with Flying Saucer Crew.
Damn.
And, this is all funny and all, but one thing we do got to remember at the time, Joe Simonton's a real guy. And people are writing all this, joking shit about it. And he got a lot of backlash for it, which is unfortunate for him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, back to him. Back to what you guys would do. Sage, did you say you'd eat it or no?
Yeah, I said I have to. This is an experience. I need to know what these aliens just gave me.
Same here. Well, Simonton did what any scientist in this situation would do. He ate one of the pancakes. What do you think the space flapjack tasted like?
I'm going to say butter and flour.
All right, Sage.
With maybe a hint of stardust.
Yeah, it was, the moon.
The moon.
Moonflower.
All right.
Moonflower with, lava from Mars. Does Mars have lava?
Maybe. But
for the syrup.
We do have Joe Simonton's actual words on how these taste.
I don't know if I can take this guy's words for fucking anything. But let me know what he said.
Why are you hating on my boy Joe?
Because he's stupid.
Well,
I feel like Joe was just having a really good time.
I think he was too.
I think something was going on.
But in Simonton's own words, it tasted like cardboard.
Oh,
Fair.
That's really anticlimactic.
All I gotta say is yum. Who doesn't like a good flapjack of cardboard?
Honestly, that's what a lot of the gluten-free stuff tastes like.
On their Tuesday morning. These were not gluten-free, though.
Yeah.
So to Sage and anybody else who has a gluten allergy or all the celiac homies out there, you can't be eating alien pancakes.
That's disappointing.
It is.
We'll let you know how it tastes, Sage.
That's fine. I feel like I'm not missing much.
Sorry if anyone can hear anything in the background. It's very fucking windy here.
There's something that's shifting.
Outside? Oh, there could be a lot of things shifting. There's so many things that could be moving. This wind's powerful as fuck.
I know, I was having a hard time driving through it.
Yeah.
We've had pretty strong winds here all week, too.
You got strong winds, snow, and we just got strong winds here. And a dog.
Yeah, we've
How cute
had
he is.
a mix of kind of all of the weather here. There's been rain, snow, strong winds.
Any interstellar flapjack deliverers?
Honestly, probably. I just don't know about it yet. Oh, we had thunderstorms too, all day yesterday.
You just need some
Maybe
space
that's when the
pancakes.
Yeah, I wonder if that's when they got dropped off. It was yesterday in the storm.
Intergalactic DoorDash, give me some of those cardboard flapjacks, please.
I need it now. Pretty please, I will tip you extra.
You tip them with a jug of water. It has to be in a beautiful jug.
I will find the most beautiful jug I have ever laid my eyes on and fill it with the cleanest and purest water I can for them.
That's what I like
Send
to
it
hear.
back.
You would make a good intergalactic diplomat.
Yes, I would.
So now that's the whole UFO event. But what are your guys' overall thoughts on it so far?
Mans can't be sober, right?
Paige, how about
It's
you?
the 60s.
Yeah, I mean, either he's not sober or he is suffering a psychotic break, both of which aren't great. But he also could be both of those things by being in a substance-induced psychotic, like psychosis.
You're making a lot of assumptions about Joe here. And Kelsey, you were about to say something else on him?
It's the 60s. I'm betting he's on acid.
Oh my god, that would make perfect sense. That's why they have turtlenecks on.
Yep.
That was such a 60s thing. Into
And
the
that's why the
70s.
jugs are so beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
So back to our boy Simonton. He was left with 2 space flapjacks. One destroyed to prove the cardboard taste. The last 2 were sent to the Villas County Judge Franklin Carter, who was also a UFO enthusiast. When he got them, he noticed they were like greasy and it made him think of goose grease. Don't know why.
What the fuck? It's goose grease.
Grease from goose, I think, is like fat from them.
That's disgusting.
Interesting. Like they're lard.
Yeah.
Yum. Delicious.
The Judge Carter would send these to NICAP. They are known as the National Investigations Committee on Aerial Phenomenon. This is a civilian-led organization that eventually got phased out by other ones. He himself was a dues-paying member. $5 is what you pay to be part of NICAP. And he sent the pancakes to them. And he sent them to them before he made an announcement that they were being... He made like a public announcement that they were being sent to NICAP so that they can test them. And he like basically said NICAP would be testing them without giving them any warning of any of this. So they were caught off guard getting 2, as they described, slightly moldy pancakes.
Ew.
Mm.
In a story that garnered some national attention and mostly for ridicule. So they would not be happy with this. NICAP wouldn't be happy with getting this. And Judge Carter and them would exchange letters. And internally, NICAP would also exchange letters. Now, lo and behold, it took me a while to find these. I actually only found these last night, finally. It took me way too damn long. Would you guys like to hear some of these letters?
Yes.
Yep.
So let me find one. So this is one from the judge to the director of NICAP. On Friday, April 21st, 1961, I mailed you a letter in reference to an alleged sighting of an UFO here on the Joe Simonton property 4 miles west of Eagle River, Wisconsin, and also included therein one of the alleged pancakes. And it's like in quotations, pancakes. I just love how that's written. That said, Simonton claimed he received from the 3 5-foot men or occupants of said space machine. I mailed it to you for analysis. I have no acknowledgement of the contents as yet. The metropolitan newspapers all over the country, Midwest in parentheses, as well as TV stations are stating definitely that you were returning the cake unanalyzed. Is this true? In one way, I wouldn't blame you because the publicity this case has aroused has made me tired of answering phones, letters, etc. One day alone, I had 6 different metropolitan newspapers telephone me and take time answering their many questions. And TV stations have come here, as well as UFO fans, as well as writing from all over the world. One wrote Simonton today from Australia, and many of them don't even enclose a stamp. They expect Joe to drop everything and answer their many questions. They all wanted to know my personal opinion, and I replied, I'm waiting for the jury to bring in their verdict, and then I would comment, meaning the report on the analysis. You and I have not believed in these so-called contact stories, and here was an opportunity to actually test one of them. Was this a hoax, or was it legitimate? The analysis might have told the tale. Who knows? Hold the cake longer, and why not analyze it? Because you represent the NICAP as the National Investigating Committee. Do you really mean this, or this too a hoax? Here is a chance to investigate one specific alleged contact sighting with a real or alleged exhibit, either than a mere sighting. But if you do refuse to analyze it, then return same, and I'll send it to our University of Wisconsin for analysis. If analyzed, I shall remit my 1960 dues of $5 and will be proud to renew membership. But if not analyzed, then why should I renew? He's threatening them with those $5.
I mean,
Yes,
back
he
then,
is.
a decent amount of money.
So, and then he has a PS on the bottom. Simonton informed me that 23 chicken died since April 18th and thought maybe that may have been caused by the alleged saucer. He sells eggs to customers in town here, and the sheriff, county agricultural agent, and myself drove out from a health standpoint to see if the eggs might be affected by radiation. We took one diseased chicken to a local vet who thought the chicken might be sick from food deficiency and becoming cannibals, pecking at each other, where feathers drop off and kill each other. No Geiger counter was used, however. This judge is a big UFO believer, too, as you can obviously tell by this.
But this guy was
Does
basically
Joe starve his
starving.
chickens?
I guess apparently they're saying he might have been starving the chickens.
I don't like him anymore.
I don't know if he was or wasn't. Or the chickens might have just caught some, like bird flu, who knows. They responded to them being doubtful that the analysis would give anything, yada yada, that like this wasn't worth that they don't know if this is worth their time, and that they were given no notice. But they're like, again, we stress that this analysis is being done only as a favor to you by a private party at our request. We are very dubious of the whole affair, and when the analysis is made, we do not wish to be named in connection with it. So interesting view of this. But then internally, NICAP was sending letters to each other about this, and this one I fucking love. So this is by, I actually did not get his first name. I think Richard Hall, who his letters internally he signs as Dick, but to say, I saw you look up when I said that.
I was expecting you to make a joke.
Nope. And to outside he refers to it, he signed Richard Hall. So this is to Alexander Mebane, I think that's how you say it, who I think is another NICAP person. It was hard to follow some of these documents. And he said, Dear Lex, in view of the strains and frustrations here while we are fighting for survival, I'm amazed at how restrained my letter to Judge Carter is. My true feelings are that he is a stupid clod, and if his last long ranting letter is any indication of his reasoning ability, I wonder how many innocent people reside in Wisconsin jails.
Oh shit! Shots fired.
That sentence, I wonder, he's a stupid clod and he's probably putting a bunch of innocent people in jail because he's an idiot. Oh, and this is the best part. After he writes how many innocent people reside in Wisconsin jails, he then writes, grr.
What?
G-R-R-R with an exclamation point.
Grown men, man. Grown men.
He's big mad.
Kelsey, you ever just get mad at someone for being a stupid clod and then type in grr on your letter to your friend?
Yes, very regularly.
Oh my God.
I verbally say it too. Grr. When I get mad.
I love the
I didn't realize he wrote grr until I just read that.
the sound on Instagram. That's like "Arr."
What?
You know the one with
Yeah.
the dinosaur dog. Arr. Arr.
God.
I like that one.
But he continues with, I I am enclosing his letter and my reply. He wants the cake returned. So if you want to wash your hands of the whole affair, please return it to him or to me. To date, we don't have one single bit of first-hand evidence on this case aside from the cake. Even though the people who want to Eagle, but even the people who went to Eagle River to investigate, some of this is so bad, like age, that's hard to tell letters. But the people who went to Eagle River to investigate for us are mad at us, and other Wisconsin members who have no conception of the situation here are raking us over the coals for not making a big issue out of it. Our investigators have never been heard from. Maybe they suffered the same fate as Simonton's chickens.
No.
I am losing all patience with otherwise sensible members who, one, try to tell us what we should do in touchy situations, while two, have no inkling of our handicaps. Oh my, so people just stop responding. He's like, I wonder if they might have had the same fate as the chickens. I don't give a shit about them. They're idiots.
That's like so harsh.
This guy is so fed up with this. And it goes on. Part of the reason for the above outburst is that we know Ray Palmer and Judge Carter, through Palmer, are planning a double-barreled assault on NICAP in reaction to Simonton. Carter will have an open letter, probably along the lines of the enclosed. Now, I couldn't care less what Palmer thinks or says, but unfortunately, he has influenced quite a few NICAP members, which doesn't say much for the members.
Oh my god.
How that we are on the verge of bankruptcy. I fully expect the return of James Mosley with some additional nonsensical expose about NICAP. The crackpot vultures in Washington are already circling, apparently thinking they will inherit NICAP. They have another think coming. And that's apparently what the saying used to be, another think coming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
I think we looked into that at one of my episodes, I think.
I think we might have.
Or we looked at it together at some point.
I always remember there's an episode of The Venture Bros that mentions that. We are down but not out and are sending an emergency letter to all members in a last-ditch effort. Newsweek, July 3rd, page 7, reports the impending hearings, and if we are able to get open hearings and hang on long enough to see that they are effective, we will gladly fade away. Sincerely, Dick.
This guy is also giving me weird vibes. He's he's unreasonably annoyed about this.
It sounds like they can't afford to lose the judges $5 also.
Yeah, it does sound like it, but man, this judge, he's going to take away his $5. Probably going to put some more innocent people in the jail because he's a stupid clod. The letters of this. Now, I didn't read through everything because this document here with the letters is 57 pages.
Damn.
And some of this shit is so aged. Like, part of the reason I paused, I'm like, E's look like A's. Other, like, ink is smudged a little bit.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's a lot of pages of letters about this interaction.
Yeah, I'm just going to see if there's any other, like, there's so many different ones. There's, like, some of the graphs of the analysis. Here's one that's, I don't even know who this is. It's in cursive, and some of this is easy to read, others isn't. I guess it went on to people were claiming that Richard Hall, who he's the secretary in ICAP, I found his title finally in here, that like he was slandering people and whatnot. He had to send another letter to Mr. Austin LaMarche, and he said, in reply to your recent letter, the current UFO investigator has a story on the pancake analysis. The news reports on this were badly distorted. We have never called Mr. Simonton a liar, and it's like there's circles in here because he misspelled liar. So they never called Mr. Simonton either a liar or a leer or anything of the sort. We simply do not have enough evidence to warrant making an issue out of such a sensational case. It would be helpful to us in our evaluation if you would give us more information about your friend, Mr. Simonton. This would be kept confidential if you so requested. Sincerely, Richard Hall, Secretary in NICAP. And then more letters. Oh my god, this one is just like so faded. It's hard to read. This will be linked in the show notes along with our other sources, so you guys can read these if you want. But yeah, there's so many different things on here. Old news clippings, old like the letters themselves. It is interesting. Somebody made a cartoon on it to make fun of it by the looks of it. Yeah, this is quite the case. But I only found these firsthand things at the very end. And here's the thing. You know how I found them? I searched up Eagle River UFO incident, Judge Carter. And then a lot of things showed up with Judge Carter's in it. And then I refined my search to make sure the word Claude was in it. And only one source out there, only one link, had the word Claude included, so I could figure out where he was called a stupid Claude.
Did you read that somewhere else?
I heard it on another podcast that he was called Stupid Claude. And if I did not hear that on another podcast earlier this week, I would not have known about this stupid letter.
What podcast was it?
Dystopian... crap, I forget. Dystopian radio show or something? I don't know. It's two British people. But they had a lot of fun with this. They found stuff I can't even still find on this.
I feel like the UK has more access to that kind of stuff.
Who knows? They might have used this source and actually read it more carefully than me. But I found it late because it took forever to find it. Yeah, so those are some of the letters. NICAP, well, now I'm finally back to my script. NICAP would return the pancakes. And I don't think they were actually tested, or they were. I see iffy on like the results. But there was another interested party in all of this. Who else do you think would be interested in interstellar pancakes?
The Italians.
The U.S. military?
The U.S. Air Force.
That's military, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The case got a lot of attention at the time. Much of it was ridiculed at Simonton to his dismay. It hurt his plumbing business, actually, and he wasn't able to get like work for a little bit. Because of that, unfortunately, a lot of people refer to him only as a chicken farmer. So that was unfortunate for him. But Project Blue Book, the U.S. government investigation into UFOs, would send the GOAT of UFO investigations to Eagle River, the one and only J. Allen Hynek.
I definitely recognize that name.
Yeah, he was like the civilian leader of Blue Book, one of the best UFO investigators ever. Went in as a skeptic for the to help the government look into us. Left a believer.
Wow, that's awesome.
Interesting.
Yeah, but he is the GOAT. Hynek was able to track down Simonton, and they went out to dinner. This was about a week and a half since the original encounter. He saw a lot of people in the community would stop and say hi to Simonton and talk with him, and act in a way showing that people like knew him. He was well respected in the community, and he was the type of person that people could trust on. Now, Hynek did also get to see where it all happened and found no evidence of the encounter anywhere, which makes sense after talking about what happened earlier, especially with it levitating. And Hynek would also then later go to a bar to ask around about the incident, and many locals believe Simonton's account.
Okay.
So I was like,
Did
local
they have something in the water there?
They're all crazy there, or it did happen, but a lot of people there really believe that something happened. And as much jokes as I make about this, like, I make the jokes mainly because it's just the details of it, like saying they looked Italian and whatnot, and getting pancakes for water is so funny and not, but like, this is something somebody really reported, and there's actually a lot of people who believe this case. So, back to this. Samples of the pancakes will be given to Hynek and the 676 Radar Squadron at the Antigo Air Force Station in Antigo, Wisconsin. The 676 Radar Squadron would analyze them, and Hynek would send them to the FDA to analyze them. The results may shock you.
Yeah.
So, real quick, these pancakes were tested by the government. The U.S. government took the time to test these.
Testes.
My God.
I can't believe the pancakes made it that long and that far. They went on a whole journey.
Well, they were described as slightly moldy at one point.
Yeah.
But, ladies and gentlemen, suspense, please.
Hold on, ready?
We have ourselves buckwheat pancakes.
Buckwheat.
Yes.
Okay.
You heard it here first, folks. Buckwheat pancakes. Flour and grease is what they found. There is rumors that the wheat was actually of an unknown origin, but that can't be confirmed. So, was it earthly
It is
wheat?
interesting.
And now, we all, it's funny and all, buckwheat pancake. However, this is where it does get interesting. There is an actually mysterious aspect to these pancakes, something that kind of like was surprising. You know what's in a lot of food, like naturally or just added in?
In terms of what?
Like when you look at food ingredients, a lot of times there's a certain ingredient that's either naturally there and you just don't know it or has been added.
Folic acid.
No. It's a common thing.
That's really common.
Yeah.
Yep. No, folate.
Okay, yeah. What'd you say? Wait, Kelsey, what'd you say?
Oh, cornstarch?
No, keep going. Just think of something. It's on a lot of tables.
Salt.
Yeah.
Salt.
Yep. A lot of salt and like natural or like added and stuff.
Just traditional table salt and ACL.
Any salt. But these pancakes analyzed were devoid of any salt whatsoever, natural or added.
Okay.
Which is unusual, apparently.
Not if they're homemade and you just didn't add salt.
I'm
yeah,
pretty
unless
sure.
they milled the wheat themselves and
Yeah. But apparently,
they were together with.
it's surprising not to have any salt whatsoever in this case.
Hmm.
Not even like your natural salts.
They're not from from the world. If they're from out of this world, they might have different.
And that's the idea.
Okay, so that makes sense. That tracks.
Yeah. So none in the flour, none in the grease, just devoid of any salt, which, as I said, in itself is a strange occurrence. And that has also led to a very interesting theory by some. You know who can't eat salt? In Celtic folklore, those known as the Fae cannot eat anything with salt in it. It brings the theory that some have mentioned, what if these were not Italians, but Fae from Celtic folklore?
I feel like
In a
they'd
spaceship?
probably be whiter because there's no sun in Ireland.
Damn, shots fired at our Ireland crowd.
I am Irish.
I also thought Fae were tiny.
There's all different types.
Yeah, Faes have also a very broad term.
So, yeah. It's been also really misconstrued too by popular romance books and stuff like that.
If you guys are curious on it, our friends over at Something Strange have a really good episode on the Fae. They talk plenty about it. We have not. I think they're the first time actually mentioning the Fae.
I think that Morbid did an episode on it too.
Yeah, it's a more popular thing to cover now. But yeah, so that is an idea, is that these are actually Fae folk, which don't know how we got from aliens to Italians to the Fae.
There's a straight up podcast called the Fairy Folk, but it's Faerie.
Yeah, and that's the Fae type.
Yeah.
On top of all this, it was also confirmed by a local insurance agent, Sarvino Borgo, that he had seen an unidentified flying object the same day in the same area, along with Phyllis Lorbetsky and her 3 children. Also witnessed a UFO that day in the same area and I saw another in that document with all the letters. I saw one. It was hard to read the name and location, but it was in relation to the case. Another person also saw an unidentified flying object in the area. That's 3 different areas. 5 different people also saw a UFO in the area during this. So, this is all crazy, but after the matter, there was some interesting corroboration of an unknown craft in disguise of Eagle River within the area of Joe Simonton and his pancakes.
Interesting.
Doesn't that throw a wrench into the craziness of this?
A little bit,
Yes.
So
I
let's.
was fully convinced he was on drugs.
Yeah. And drug-induced pancakes. That's what I love.
Yep. I did find it. So Morbid has a 2-part series on Fae. There's Fairies After Dark, Part 1, and Fairies Part 2. So the first one is terrifying and homicidal aspects of fairy lore. The second side is just the darker side of fairies altogether.
That's interesting. I listened to a National Park After Dark episode about the Fae, and I mean, you talked about yours. Something Strange has a great episode. Those are our cool friends over there. Yeah. You guys ready to move on to the next fun part of this?
Yes.
Let's get into some theories. We have a few theories of what could have happened. You two ready to hear them?
Yep.
Yes.
First, the first one we have is that it was truly aliens and they were cooking up some truly terrible interstellar pancakes. They didn't even offer any syrup or chocolate chip pancakes. Much of it aligns with like what was reported and looked at the time. And here's the thing. Actually, I'll bring it up later because I have another part of the theory that can fit with this or another. But it could be just aliens and they need some water.
Yeah, I mean, everybody gets thirsty.
Mm-hmm.
And I doubt it's easy to access water from your spaceship in the sky.
True. And if they got to put it in a beautiful jug, might as well get a human to help you.
What'd you say, Kelsey?
I don't remember.
I'm sorry.
You're good.
So next is that it was all a crazy hallucination by Joe Simonton and that he had just imagined it all. Possible, but then where did these mysterious pancakes come from? How did his chickens die? What about those 3 other sightings?
I feel like he made the pancakes himself. May have drugged his chickens or forgot to feed them because he was in a drug-induced psychosis. And then the other people just wanted to feel special.
Honestly, I'm so on board with Kelsey's theory because this dude he either like something genuinely mental illness is going on, or he was high as shit and he tried to make himself some pancakes and they were so bad that he had to find out a way to explain it to somebody else because they were so bad.
God.
Yeah.
Right,
I'm definitely thinking he took too much acid.
Well, let me move on to another one that's kind of in tune with it. That this was either a hoax by Simonton or by a local real estate broker. Because there's rumors that there's a local real estate broker who hypnotized Simonton and gave the story to him. Eagle River is a vacation place, and the idea is that they wanted to increase their popularity, get some notoriety, and become a greater attraction. Now, Simonton, however, if it was just him hoaxing it, something I find weird. Why would one do this with such an outlandish story? Simonton was only unhappy with the publicity. It gave him so much ridicule that people made fun of him. He was referred to mostly as a chicken farmer, which he did not appreciate, and his plumbing business did suffer from it, which was
Aww.
Yeah, he did it hurt his plumbing business, and it kind of just belittled him a lot.
That sucks.
When asked if this happened again, would he report it? He would not.
So then it's unlikely that it's a hoax.
I just don't think a hoax, but
again, I think he was just really high.
All right. But also for the real estate broker theory, there's never been any proof of this theory, but that has been one. The next theory is that it is the Fae from Celtic folklore, which we already kind of went over. And lastly, this is one I came up with myself. This is a top secret Italian operation to spy on America with their young 5-foot-tall spacemen and also offer us their absolutely awful pancakes. Maybe they were coming to scout out our salt deposits to try and make their pancakes as good as ours. Well, our man Joe only gave them water and defended our freedom by defending our American salt. God bless Joe Simonton for not giving the Italians the secret to good pancakes.
I think that's it. That's the one right there.
Sage's just looking at me with what the fuck did you just say?
I feel like, first of all, why would they pick to land in Joe's fucking yard?
I don't think the U.S. government's
just an average Joe Schmo.
If they go to our salt deposit, you're right, he is just average Joe Schmo. But the Italian government probably wants our salt, so they're going to go to where our salt is. But little does the government know, they're going to scout out first Joe Simonton's humble abode.
They should stick to pizza.
What?
And pasta.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're trying to get into the pancake game. They're trying to make a monopoly on food.
It's
Are they
ours.
the ones that made crepes?
That's French, isn't it?
I think so. But they already have the flatness of pancakes down, seeing their pizzas. They just got to get the pancake itself down.
No, IHOP has that. International House of Pancakes.
What if it was Intergalactic House of Pancakes and they served Joe Simonton pancakes as a special?
That'd be fucking disgusting.
That'd be funny if they did Joe Simonton
That
pancakes.
would be really funny, actually.
You call them, I would say, just so you don't use somebody's name, they should make Eagle River pancakes at some point. They're absolutely abysmal. They also, I've seen pictures of the pancakes because there are pictures of them. They don't look good.
Like actual photographs or drawings?
There's actual photographs of the pancakes.
Here, I'll look it up.
Just look up Joe Simonton pancakes or something like that. Kelsey, I'm sending it to you in Discord, a picture. Because if you remember, I mentioned it's perforated with like a lot of tiny holes. You can definitely tell that. Tell me that pancake looks delicious.
That is not at all what I was expecting. That looks like, you know, when you like cook brown sugar down into like a caramelization, but it bubbles, and then you let it dry and it hardens.
Now this is also
holes in it.
A few days after, so I don't know if they looked any better beforehand, but they're your pancakes, and there's Joe Simonton as well. Man.
I thought he was gonna be younger looking.
Nope, I did say his age was older. Did you find him?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think?
Yeah, I mean, Kelsey's description was spot on.
They do look like cardboard, though, so I do get the cardboard taste.
Yeah, I don't think I would have ate one of those.
This goes with
now
the vibes of acid.
Yes,
they each found one with a bunch of like psychedelic rainbows in the back.
Ah, nice.
Now, back on this. Let me go back to my script here. All right. Those are the theories. Which one, like, what do you guys think happened here? Either of the theories or your own idea?
I have my own idea.
Is it still what you said earlier?
Yeah.
Kelsey, what are your thoughts?
I'm still thinking that he just took a little too much acid. Or some other type of drug. I don't know what they be doing out in the hills of Wisconsin.
Sorry, guys, you hear the noise of Atlas shaking. His ears are a bit itchy. Well, the one issue that the Air Force found when investigating, and other people did, was Joe Simonton was highly respected in the community. A lot of people believed him for what he said. And it's just, that was a tough thing. He wasn't that type of guy who would like be taking drugs, doing anything like that. He would be your guy who would be telling the truth and all of that. So people were, taking his word on this. That's where it gets interesting.
Yeah, but I don't know, you could be respected and people still take your word, but then in secret, like, you're still doing drugs and nobody knows. You know?
Could be. But, all right, so that's your guys' thoughts on it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, what we have here is a truly weird case. In 1961, a strange craft came down on Joe Simonton's rural house. The Italian-looking occupants requested water. Simonton supplied it and was offered pancakes in return. Pancakes that would cause a debacle for quite a while, with a judge and be tested and found to be made of earthly ingredients, however missing some expected ingredients. What truly happened that day, we may never know. Did the Italian government send their operatives to take our salt? Was it aliens? Was it the Fae? Or was it all a hoax or a hallucination? That's for you to determine, and if you have an idea on what you think it is, please let us know. We got, and for my thoughts, I really don't know, because there's like a lot of people believe something happened that day, and the other people reporting UFO sightings as well is very interesting. But the story of Italian-looking guys giving him pancakes in exchange for water, what? I don't even know.
That's weird.
Now, was this case as goofy as you guys hoped it would be?
Yeah, it was definitely goofy.
Yeah. It was good.
On the goof meter, where would you put it on funniness, 1 to 10?
I'd give it 8 goofy pancakes out of 10.
I was going to go with a 7.
All right. And then on believability, how many cardboard tasting pancakes out of 10 would you guys rate this?
1.
Kelsey?
I'd say 2 cardboard pancakes.
All right.
Maybe 1.75. I don't know. Somewhere in there.
I'm going to go with 4 cardboard pancakes out of 10.
Damn, you're giving it a high rating.
Still
Yeah,
on
you
the
are
more
giving
unbelievable.
it some believability.
Yeah. It's a corroborating evidence reports that brings it back for me.
Did
no
these people come up with? Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Did these people come up with the reports on their own, or was it after they heard about Joe that they started being like, "Oh, I saw that too"?
I couldn't tell for when these tales were told and reported.
Okay.
But I did not get influenced at all by that stupid clod of a judge, though.
I forgot about him.
Those letters are so stupid. How many?
Yeah, that's an interesting organization.
How many innocent people are sitting in Wisconsin jails because of him? Grr. That's one way of putting it, but there's no pop culture things on this. I think we're going to be wrapping this up. So just what are your guys' what'd you think of the case? A good one?
It's a good one, but this, yeah.
Unique, right?
He needs some psychological help.
Joe Simonton, what a kidder.
What's really fucked up is that he thought those looked like pancakes.
Well, don't judge him on his pancake beliefs.
Yeah, if that's
I'm
what
judging.
Pancakes like.
My job is not to judge, but I'm not at my job right now.
At least Kelsey is not bashing on him right now like you. You're just so mean.
I did just bash on his cooking skills.
Most likely.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, our boy Joe Simonton defended our salt from those evil Italians.
God bless.
So any more final thoughts from you, Kelsey?
Other than he needs to take a cooking class if that's what he thinks a pancake looks like, no.
Damn, shots fired at him.
You're the only one on his side right now.
And they look like that. He needs to learn how to cook.
This guy just finished up his breakfast and got a second breakfast, and now everyone's making fun of him. He defended our salt like a true patriot. All right. So that's about it. Everything then for today. So thank you everyone for coming and listening. And thank you to our wonderful third host today, Kelsey. You were wonderful again today. We really appreciate you joining.
Thank you. I love when you have me on the show.
I only bring you on for the most and bestest cases. Whether we're talking about Zach Bigot, alien pancakes, cryptid saber-toothed cats, or weird-ass shit from World War II, and Foo Fighters, not the band. You've been on some of our stellar episodes.
I'm here for all of it.
So thank you for coming again.
Of course, anytime.
With that, to all our wonderful listeners, if you're liking what you're listening to, go follow us, rate, review, subscribe, on whatever, comment on whatever you're listening on. Every little bit helps us out. We really appreciate all of it. It really helps boost us in the algorithm. So we appreciate all the support you guys give us. And go check out our socials, our Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky, where you can see our posts. And on Instagram, you'll be able to see a picture that was drawn of this. And maybe later in the week, I'll send a picture of the Simonton pancakes as well, so you guys can see them. The pancakes that we so horribly talked about. The beautiful Italian pancakes. And with that being said, I think it is time for our sign off. So remember
to look for
the unknown,
the unsolved,
and the unseen.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget, fill up them big, beautiful jugs and make sure you give them back to them Italians for some pancakes.